This is your monthly Oracle, Tarot and Crystal reading for October 2023. Hey, I'm Ethan and this reading is for spiritual guidance, personal growth and to help you become the best version of yourself. This is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and stick around as I will also be doing a pick a card reading, and this will give you additional personal messages and guidance and a crystal for the month ahead. So grab yourself a tea or a coffee, get comfortable and relax, and let's pull some cards. First, I'm starting this reading with the Aquarian Tarot today, and the reason I'm using this is because it's giving a lot of autumn energy. So I've chosen this one for October, and for this part of the reading I will only be using the major arcana, and this will help us see a major spiritual theme of the month and also find out where your power lies. And I've already cleansed and shuffled these cards, and the card of the month is the Hermit. This card actually jumped out of the deck while I was shuffling, and so it's a very strong sign that this card is relevant again. So this is the second month in a row that the Hermit's come up for the monthly reading as the overarching energy of the month, and it's a continuation of that energy. So the cycle of going inward continues, which does match the energy of the season, and I believe we may still be in Virgo season as well. And this is also a message for anyone who didn't take action on this last month. You're being encouraged to continue to do this. If you haven't done it, then this is a strong message for you, is we need to sort of take our focus inward and continue with this energy of spending time alone, looking for peace and avoiding distractions, and stepping away from anything that is taking you off your path, off your priorities, your goals. And if you look on this card, those white shapes in the background are actually supposed to be quartz crystals. So this is even a reference to gaining clarity, maybe getting on top of things. If there's any tasks, projects or goals that you haven't given the time and the energy they need, or you're struggling to focus on them, you're being told now to get focused, to really kind of, if you have to sacrifice something to get things done, then you probably need to set time out and focus on your goals and priorities. And if you are interested, I did have a blog post out last month as well about hermit mode and which crystals will support you on reaching this state of hermit mode or monk mode, and they could give you some support if you're struggling a bit to disconnect from a lot of distractive energy that's in the world at the moment or your life, and to focus on what matters to you. And just before we get into your oracle card reading, if you have enjoyed this video so far, then could you please give it a thumbs up, and this helps this reading reach more people so they can benefit too. Thank you. And I just want to remind you that I do not do personal readings, and I will never DM you on social media about readings or a spiritual message I have for you. That is a scam, and please report anyone who is doing that. Let's see what else is going on for you this month, and I'm picking 3 cards from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle, and this is a shamanic kind of feel to a deck. And I think it's perfect for this season when we think about ancestors and people that came before us. Okay, so the first card we've got is the Medicine Mother. And you're being asked to honor your inner knowing. And this very much ties in with the monthly card of the Hermit, which is, all about trusting your inner wisdom, your higher self, and your intuition. So if you're not already doing that now, this is a confirmation that what you're thinking and feeling is divinely guided, is correct, it's coming through a higher source, and you need to trust it more. Also trust any knowledge that you've learned through, any courses, any skills you've been learning, anything that you've been reading. Need to trust you have that knowledge, and doing what feels right in the moment is tapping into that inner knowledge and allowing it to come naturally through you in whatever you're doing. And some of you will be tapping into some ancestral knowledge this month, and this card is very much pointing to accessing ancestral abilities, those that came before you in the past. And that all contributes to your DNA and who you are now. And you may find yourself drawn to maybe some traditions or some type of work that relates to your ancestry. And this card is reminding you to know that you already have the answers inside of you. It's already there, and you need to trust them more. Okay, so the next card we've got for you is the Protection Guardian. And I want you to know that you are being protected on a spiritual level. And in fact, look here, the peacock is an eye symbol, and that is actually a symbol of protection. There's a lot of misinformation about peacock feathers. It's completely untrue if you've heard anything negative about them. And the eye is a symbol of protection. And you're being told that, don't be scared of what we've already talked about, which is your knowledge, your wisdom. I feel that some of you are a little scared of putting yourself out there again, and some of you are doubting yourself and your abilities, your knowledge, or sharing a message or speaking out loud. Maybe it's a social media, maybe it's your work environment, maybe it's amongst your friends and family. You maybe want to help them with things, but you're feeling you'll be ridiculed if you're scared in any way of criticism. You're being told just forget about it, because you've got protective guardians in the spiritual world. These could be guides, angels, whatever you believe in. You are protected, and it is safe for you to share your message, your knowledge, and anything else you'll know. Don't block your own gifts, don't block your abilities, because that's doing the world a disservice if you hold back. And this card is about not building up any walls around that and not being overly protective. So hermit mode's a good thing, but at the same time we're not isolating ourselves either. When you're ready to share things, you should be ready. That was the purpose in a hermit mode, is productive. We're actually gaining knowledge to be used in the outside world. We don't stay there permanently, so be careful of building up too many walls. And remove the fear of visibility. It's time for you to know that you can slowly, and as you're ready, share more with the world. Okay, so your next card is the Direction Guardian. So this is the second Guardian card we've had from this deck today. So again, just affirms that you do have spiritual protection. You have higher beings in higher places watching over you. So just start to feel more secure in yourself. And you should use this time to find your direction. In fact, that's again another hermit mode thing, is it can be used for gain clarity and to know where we want to be and what we want to do. So, definitely a good time this month for planning, for scheduling, for breaking down projects into parts that you can actually fulfill. We want to, make things easy for ourselves. Be careful of the airy-fairy freestyle way of going through projects. You need a balance of your intuitive and creative side with some structure. So definitely look into ways to plan things out, see what other people have done, and if there's things you need to do, we want to make sure that we do them properly and in an order that is going to be easier for you. There's no point reinventing the wheel. This is a problem I see a lot in the spiritual community, is people keep trying to reinvent the wheel. And there's literally, if you follow a path with someone who's done what you want to do, you'll find it's going to just avoid so many problems and obstacles. And you'll still, it doesn't mean everything's going to be super easy. There's still going to be challenges, but just watch of trying to do everything yourself. Structure and, planning is going to help you, and then taking steps towards whatever it is you want to do. And you're being asked to do what fulfills you, because that is your inner compass. If it feels good, if it's something that you feel drawn to, perhaps passionate about, you definitely need to explore this avenue. You need to go down that path. That is probably where you want to be heading next. And, don't let others decide for you or to tell you what you can and can't do. Think for yourself. as your path is different. And that's also another one about comparison. You know, it's very easy today to look at what everyone else is doing, but you've got your own path, and the Direction Guardian is telling you to make a move. Next, I'm going to be pulling a card for you from the Indigo Goddess Oracle for anyone who needs some guidance on money and career. Okay, so your card is, oh wow, Miracles. So I've never seen this card before, so this is a sign for some of you that some of the things or something you're trying to manifest will finally start to come to fruition. Something could actually happen in your life that you've already done the work for, or that you're trying to make happen. And, you know, it will be a blessing for you. And, you know, the wait may be over on something that has been going on for a while. And, you know, the angels are helping you make this happen. And I would also say, you know, adopt a miracle mindset. So for everyone, regardless of whether something manifests this month or not, you need to have a really good, positive sense of expectation. And this card will, you know, help you trust that you've got the angels, you've got support in the spiritual world, and that your needs will be met, that things you want will happen, and you'll increase the chances of those things to manifest. Whether they come this month or later, that type of mindset will really help you with money and career. And as this is spooky season, I'm going to give you a message from the Oracle of mystical or mythical creatures. And it's got both mythical creatures and also shapeshifters and gods associated with other creatures and animals. And our card is Hathor and action. Okay, so what I think this is about is that you need to take time to follow your heart and to take action on what feels right for you to do. And this card is all about tapping into, you know, that feeling and to your heart, and so that you are doing something that you love, and that regardless of this skull here, and it's all to do with letting go of the past so that you can step into more of something that's in alignment with you. And for some of you, I think that is also letting go of regrets or anything that hasn't gone well in the past hurts. Certainly any trauma you experienced, you know, there is a chance now for you to try and heal that and stop letting it control you or hold you back. So we're leaving the past behind, and we're using our knowledge and the things we're gaining and learning about ourselves and what feels right and what our heart is telling us to guide us into the season of autumn. Okay, so in summary, I feel this is a really positive reading for you, and you're being asked to tap into your inner wisdom. And it's all about preparing for change. In fact, the whole reading has a kind of a chrysalis energy to it, like the inner work you're doing now, and, you know, gaining the clarity that you need and focusing on what you need to get done and get on top of and complete is going to allow you to transform or change situations you're in, and inner changes that will go on as you kind of become almost like reborn through it. And if you look, the symbols that appear a lot are feathers here and wings, which again is to do with the movement that is coming, the changes that are coming. And there's the infinity symbol here, and also the peacock feather. So even for synchronicity, I want you to look out for wings, feathers, and the infinity symbol this month. And before I get to your pick a card reading, which is going to give you another message, is, you know, if you want to learn about any of the decks I've used today, I have included links below, and some of these will be affiliate links, which will help support my channel if you were to use them. So thank you. And for this part of the reading, you're going to be getting a personal message and a crystal to guide you and support you through the month. And I'm using my personal handmade crystal oracle, and it's still top secret, so I can't show you the illustrations, but you will be getting the guidance and the crystal that you need. Okay, so just take a moment and tune into yourself and allow your intuition to guide you to a message that you need to hear at this time, and the crystal that you need to support you. And we have card 1, 2, or 3. And once you have chosen your card, you can see the video chapters in the bar at the bottom of this video to jump straight to your message. And if you need a little longer, just please pause this video. If you picked card 1, then your crystal is Hematite. And the message for this month for you is to use practical knowledge. And I think you're being guided now to balance any intuition or feeling or creativity with practical things and with your mind. So focus on practical information and solutions this month. Do any research you need to do. Go to trusted sources to find ways of doing things the best way, the most efficient way, and the way that's right for you. And back up any manifestation work you're doing with, action in the physical world, in the three-dimensional world, because you really need to make sure that you are doing that if you want to achieve things. And laying the groundwork, see it more like you're building the foundations for your dreams. And the reason hematite is helpful for you is because it helps anchor you to your physical body and to the physical world, which is essential for getting things done, for achieving things, and for manifesting. We want things to be grounded and anchored into this world, otherwise we won't see results. And this stone will help with that because it's like a weight that pulls on the energy and helps it practical and helps you stay anchored into what you want to achieve. But it's also helps you by encouraging you with practical thinking. So it's going to be a good stone for being pragmatic and finding out what you need to do, and seeing things from a very logical point of view is going to be helpful for you this month. And if you don't want to work with hematite or you want an alternative to it, I have suggestions which are as a substitute. You could also work with smoky quartz, red jasper, or tiger's iron. And hopefully this has been a helpful reading for you. And I just want to thank you for watching the whole video, as this really helps me a lot. And also, if you want to let me know in the comments, I'd be really interested in which card you picked and what parts of this reading resonated or were helpful for you in any way. And please remember to subscribe and select bell notifications so that you don't miss another reading from me. And have a great month. And if you picked card 2, then your crystal is blue lace agate. And your guidance is to share your message. And you're being reminded that your perspective is important and is needed. And you mustn't silence yourself for anyone else. And you should also share your message with other like-minded people. And know that there is an audience, there is someone out there that will benefit from what you have to say, or will benefit from anything that you think you can help them with. As long as you communicate clearly with people and with purpose and clarity, it will be beneficial. So don't silence yourself, do express yourself when needed. And if you feel you have a message for the world, it's now your time is to maybe start to think about doing that. And one of the reasons this crystal is so good is because it helps with you having clear communication, and it clears and opens your throat chakra, which is essential for teaching or speaking or communicating. And this stone helps with speaking your truth with sensitivity as well, because you can speak your truth, but it has to be done the right way or it won't be received well. So just bear that in mind, and this stone will definitely help with that if that is something you've struggled with. And if you can't get blue lace agate, or you want an alternative, then the other stones I would recommend you are blue calcite, turquoise, or blue chalcedony. and I really hope this reading was helpful for you. And I just want to thank you for watching the whole of this video, as that is so helpful to me. And let me know in the comments which card you picked and which parts of this reading have resonated with you. And remember to subscribe and select bell notifications so that you don't miss another reading from me. Have a great month. And if you picked card 3, then your crystal is Peruvian Blue Opal. And your message for this month is go with the flow. And your heart is your inner guidance system. And this stone is telling you that you must follow your heart and do what brings you joy and happiness. And you know, what do you want to do next? And that is going to guide you by feeling that kind of feeling of I want to do this, it feels good, I want to do it, is actually going to lead you closer to where you want to be. And don't focus on the past or the future. I want you to be more present and in the now and see where the moment takes you. And that might unlock things, especially if you're having any kind of slowdown or things haven't been happening. It might be because you're overthinking it, and you might be, doing too much and not kind of allowing yourself to receive the guidance, which you will need the clear mind for, and to feel what you want to do next, as that is going to take you closer to where you want to be. And this stone helps you go with the flow, and it helps you relax and loosen up a bit, which we sometimes need to do if you want to see results. And it's a stone of flexibility as well. So if you're quite rigid about how you do things, when you do things, or what you think you have to do, you might need to reconsider that. And this stone will definitely help you kind of relax and maybe try some different ways of doing things. I think that will break you out of any kind of holding pattern. And if you can't get a stone, as a substitute, I would recommend any blue or blue-green opal. And these are just common opals, they don't have the rainbow in them, and they are actually quite affordable. And otherwise, you could use aquamarine or even Larimar. So hopefully this reading was helpful for you, and I just want to thank you for watching the whole of this video, as that really helps me and my channel. And let me know in the comments which card you picked and if any parts of this reading resonated with you. And remember to subscribe and select bell notifications so that you don't miss the next reading from me. And have a great month.